Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Khairul bin Jasman, and my matrix number is 01DDT23F 1047. So today I'll be introducing you to our system that we created to develop a polling system for selecting class representative. So this system demonstrates key concepts such as classes, objects, array, inheritance, exception, and so on. So let's dive in. Based on our coding below, as you can see that we have a person class. So the person is base class that defines a name attribute. So this is used as a common property for both candidates and voters. And then we have a protected modifier. So the name attribute is protected as it allows candidates and voters to access it directly. And then we have constructor. So the constructor we initialize the name attribute. And then for the below one, we use the getter method. So the get name method is allow us to retrieve a person's name. So that's all from me. Then I pass this to the next presenter, Soleh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Khairul Solehin bin Muhammad. Matrix is 01DDT 23F 1078. So thank you Khairul Nazim for explain our coding for PBT for subject OOP. Now my turn to explain our coding. Okay, firstly, I write class candidate x10%. Um, this declare the candidate class which extend the person class. This means a candidate inherit all field emitted from person. Uh, Next, I write private int ID. This int ID uniquely identify each candidate. Alright. And then next we can see I write public candidate, and in the bracket I write string name and also integer ID. This is the constructor for the candidate class. It uses supername to call the constructor of the person class. The tracing name and the ID is also set here. And next, I write public int get ID. This method return the ID of the candidates. Alright, next, I create class voter x10%. This declare the vector class which also x10%. This allow is to inherit the name attribute and the get name method from the person. And then I write public voter, and in the bracket I write string name. And also have super, and in the bracket I write name. So this is the constructor for the voter class. It class it uh, it calls the person constructor to initialize the name attribute. Alright. Next, I write public int vote, and in the bracket I write scanner and scanner. And also have some system.out.print as which is ask the user to please enter the number of your preferred candidates. And also in cache also have some system.out.print which is give output to user that valid input, please enter a number. This method allow a voter to input their vote. It prompt the user to enter a number representing their chosen candidate. So if user want to vote 1, so they need to enter 1. Like that. And then I use a try catch block to handle invalid input. If an error, it clear the input buffer and return to candidate an invalid choice, which is if a user input something that we don't need, like For example, if they want to vote number one, they need to enter number one. So if user insert A or something like that, so the system will give output invalid input lah. Please enter a number like that. Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you for hearing my explanation. I'm sorry for any mistake that I made. So next, I will pass this to my friend, which is Muhammad Ikhwan, will explain the rest of our coding. So thank you so much, Ikhwan.
Assalamualaikum and greetings for everyone. My name is Muhammad Ikhwan bin Muhammad Jamain, number matric 01DDT 23F1144. So right now I will explain about decoding the polling system that we create in this Java program. So later, in a minute later, Soleh just explain about his part in this our presentation in this coding. So right now I will explain more. Okay, let's go to the coding. Okay, right now we have the coding public class polling system. Okay, public class polling system is declare a public class name polling system, and this class contains method and variable to manage and execute the entire polling system, such as candidate, voters, the registration, the polling process itself, and the result. Okay, next we go to the private candidate, voter, and this int. Okay, these are the private instance variables used within the polling system class. Okay, an array of candidate object used to representing all the candidate in this system. Okay, for the voter used to representing all the voters in this system. Okay, an integer array to store the count of voters received by each candidate. The index of the corresponds to the candidate position in the candidate array. Okay, next we go to the public polling system, int num candidates, int num voters, etc. In this coding, we this is the constructor for the polling system plus. That coding is the constructor for the polling system class. It initializes the arrays for candidate, voters, and votes based on the number of the candidate and voters provided as parameter, like candidate. It initializes to an array of candidate object with a size of num candidates. Okay, voters is initialized to an array of voter objects with a size of num voters. Okay, votes is initialized as an integer array to track the number of votes each candidate receives, with a size matching the number of candidates. Okay, right now we go to this coding. Okay, in this coding we got the public void register candidate. In this coding, this method register candidates for the polling system. Okay, the first one is it iterate through the candidates array. Okay, for each index I, it prompts the user to enter the name of the candidate. Next, it will create a new candidate object with the enter name and ID I+1, and it store it in the candidates array. Okay, same for this register voters. Okay, register voter. This method register candidates for the This method register voters for the polling system. The first one, it will iterate through the voters array. Next, will for each index I, it prompts the user to enter the voter's name. Next is we'll create a new voter object with the enter name store it in the voters array. Right now, we go to the next coding, which is the polling process. Okay, the polling process in this coding, we got the polling process for this coding. Okay, for each voter in the voters array, it will displays all the list of candidates with their name and ID. Okay. Next, we go to the int choice, and now we got the loop. Okay, the loop prompts the voter to enter their choice of candidate. It uses the vote method from the voter class to get input from the user. Okay, the loop will continue until the voter enters a valid choice, a number between 1 and the number of the candidate. Okay, next we go to this coding. Okay, vote choice tolak 1. Okay, this coding explain about the corresponding candidates vote count stored in the votes array. It will incremented by 1. A message will display confirm the voter's choice. Okay, next we go to the display result. Display result, it explain about the final voting result. It will iterate through the candidates array. For each candidate, it prints their name and the number of the votes they received stored in the votes array. Right now we go to the main of this coding. Okay, in this main method, a scanner object is used to read the input from the user. The user is prompted to enter the number of candidates. The input is stored in the num candidates. Okay. The scanner next line used to clear the new line character left by the next int. Okay. For the system outprint enter the number of voters. This coding, it explain about enter the number of voters. The input is stored in the num voters, and then the scanner next line is used to clear the new line character. Okay, next we got the main polling system. Okay, in this coding, it explained about the instance of polling system create with a specific number of candidates and voters. Okay, for example, like we got the polling system, register candidate, register voters, polling process, and display result. All of this, it will call the register candidate, the register votes, and they conduct the polling process, and lastly it will display all the final voting result. Okay, that's all for me. Next, I got to show all of you the output for our system. Okay, right now back to me. Okay, right now I will execute our program. Okay, when the program started, the user will prompt to enter the number of candidates and the voters. Okay, right now I will input the number of the candidates 3 and the number of voters also 3. Okay, next the program will ask the user to input the name of each candidate. Okay, right now I will input Solehin, Adin, and Amirul. Right now we have 3 candidates in our coding in our program. Okay, system asks for the name of each voter: Abu, Ali, and Siti. Okay, right now, the polling process started, allowing each the voter to cast their vote. The system displays the list of the candidate and prompt each voter to select their preferred candidate by entering the candidate's number. Okay. Right now, the system asks Abu to enter their preferred candidate. Okay, Abu will enter 1. Okay. Right now, the system just display the message, "Thank you, Abu. You have voted for Solehin." Okay, right now. Next, the system asks Ali to enter their preferred candidates. Ali also votes for Solehin, so he got to enter the number 1. And then the system displayed the message, "Thank you, Ali. You have voted for Solehin." Next, the system asks Siti to enter their preferred candidate. Right now, Siti vote for the number 2. And then the system will display the message, "Thank you, Siti. You have voted for Adin." Okay, right now we got the all the voters just vote their vote, cast their votes, and then the system will display the final result of the system. Okay, the final result will be the number of vote. Solehin is 2, Adin is 1, and Amirul is 0. Okay, the system iterates through each candidate and display the total number of the votes they are received. For now, this is our program. Thank you and bye-bye.